Hi, this is Mandy from Sunflowers and Doors. Welcome back to my channel. So today's video is creating two really simple additions to your journal, and they are again multifunctional, and they actually use a full piece of 12 by 12. Well, the one does definitely. So I'm going to choose two, and I'm actually in the process of putting together some bits and pieces for another Tim Holtz ring binder, but this time I'm going to use the memoranda paper so that it's going to be a lot lighter journal. The one last time was using a lot of the darker colours. I hate when this happens. But yeah, today we're going to use a lot more of the lighter colours in this project. So I'm going to start off. Oh, I pulled a couple more out. Don't want those just yet. So I'm going to start off with this piece here. Okay. Now, the great thing with the Tim Holtz stuff is that a lot of it's kind of like multi-dimensional, so it doesn't really matter which way you kind of work this. What I'm going to do at the moment is I've got my 12 by 12. I'm going to fold two corners together, two of the opposite corners, and I'm just going to put a little crease in there. Okay. Then I'm going to turn it around and fold the other two opposite corners, and I'm going to put another crease in. Now you want to try and get this pretty spot on if you can, because when it's out it does notice a little bit. So my middle section is around about, let me have a look, I think it's around about there. So yeah, I'm just marking that with a dot so I can see where I'm folding. Okay, so now I'm going to turn it so it's like a triangle, not a triangle, double side down triangle maybe. And I'm going to fold the first piece just up to the point that I've made. Not quite all the way, but most of the way there. So that is going to be the first fold. The second fold, I am going to turn the page around again and do exactly the same from this angle. So just up to the dot, but not quite touching it. If you want your paper, oh, excuse me, lean in. Just give that a little bit of a burnish. Okay. Then we're going to turn it on its side and we're going to fold again, almost up to the dot, not quite. And what you'll find here is if you didn't have it spot on, this is where it'll kind of slightly overlap. It doesn't really matter, to be honest, but it's just if you are able not to get that overlap, then it does make it better. So I end up with this square with 4 sections coming out. Okay, what I'm going to do with this then is I'm going to turn it on the side with no folds, and I'm going to fold it over halfway, so that not halfway, but fold it in half, so that it actually So I folded that completely in half. It doesn't really matter which way you fold it, but I folded that in half and I'm left with this kind of shape here now. Okay. What we're going to do at this point, I'm going to open it out so that the 2 pointed triangle bits are facing upwards. And I'm going to quickly cut those off. So just make sure that I'm at the right point and that it's even I'm literally just cutting those two off. Now, before I put this away, these two triangle pieces here, I'm also going to cut a section off of here, the top triangle point. I don't have to measure, it doesn't have to be, you know, a certain measurement. I'm just making sure I've got a straight line down here so that they will be equal. So I'm left with two of the pieces we pulled off and two little dirty bits. And then I've still got this piece here, but obviously no sections on the top of that. And that's okay. We're okay with that. Now, at this point, I'm just going to go through the process as I normally would. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to glue down this section here, not the flippy bits, this section here, and I am going to glue it just on the edges. Like so. Okay. So I'm going to let that set. Probably need a bigger clip on that one, but that should hold it in place. And this our glitter glue is really good, strong once it's once you've got it in place. So we're going to leave those for a second, and then we're going to kind of separate these into two different sections. Okay, what I'm going to do with the one, I am going to place this in the middle of my longer piece. I'm going to put this on the mat so I can see roughly where half point is. Okay. Okay, so that is there, is probably around half point. So it doesn't have to be perfect. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to glue the very bottom, so the longer piece of the triangle here, and I'm going to pop it on here as close to the middle section as I can get it. And I'm going to do exactly the same on this one. So I'm going to glue the longer piece of the small triangle. And then we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So that's going to be number 11. So we're going to want it so that the point is roughly there. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. And then what we're going to do is we are literally going to take our card. We're going to grab one of these, and the longest piece is going to fit just down the bottom here. And I'm going to glue that in place. So I'm gluing along the longest line. And that is going to pop on here. Like so. And then I'm going to do exactly the same on the other side. So we're going to glue this long piece here. I'm going to pop this down the bottom here. Okay, we're going to give that a moment to really set. And while we're giving that a moment to set, I'm just going to quickly follow the process with this one. I'll do this one the other side though, upside down. So corner to corner, creating your little dent in the middle, and where those dents meet, we're going to do a little circle, which is hard to see on this one. And then we're going to fold the corners in. Each corner gets folded in to just before the dot. And again, just before that dot. And our last corner comes in again just before the dot. Okay, so again we're left with 4 pieces. The 4 corners have come in and joined themselves in the middle, and we've got our piece here. Again, I'm just going to fold it in half. Like so. Okay, and we end up with our piece like that again. Fold these 2 centre flaps up and cut them off. Like so. And we're also going to cut the top piece of this triangle off. Like so. Again, we're going to glue our pieces here. So we're going to open it flat with the unfolded piece on the up side. I'm going to glue it down the edges and just let that bring in that glue. Again, just going to let these set. And then we're going to do exactly the same with our centerpiece here. We're going to grab our little triangle. We're going to glue the bottom longest line. And then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and that's number 11. So that is going to go roughly there. Do exactly the same on the other one. Okay, like that. And then we're going to grab our piece again. And we're going to place the long piece here across the bottom of our folds. Okay, we're going to turn it over. Now at this point, excuse me, if you would like to use this as a piece that flips in your folio, you would be looking to put a hinge here on this piece here. Let me see if I've got any literally you would be looking to, I'm not going to do it because I don't need it for this, but you would be looking to create your hinge like so, and we would want this to be able to flip in and out of a folio. So your hinge would go here, and then you would attach your card on here, and that would become your hinge. Really simple to add that hinge. You'd want to cut some of these end bits off so that they're not showing so much, but it is a really, really simple concept. I'm not going to add a hinge because of the way that I am going to be attaching these to the ring binder. It kind of doesn't allow for a hinge, so I'm just going to pop this on as I did the other one. You don't need a cutter, paper cutter for this. A pair of scissors will do. Excuse me. You don't need an awful lot for this other than just a piece of glue and your bits of card. So what we end up with is, if I'd have inked the edges of this, you would have seen it a lot clearer, but just to run through with you, we've got a tuck spot here. We have got a tuck spot here. We've got a long pocket here, and we've got exactly the same on the other side. Tuck spot, and pocket. So that's 4 tuck spots, 2 pockets, and then let's not forget our middle centre piece here, which is our 3rd pocket. So one piece of 12 by 12, we've got 3 pockets, 4 tuck spots, and there was an option to put this so that it could be a flip out in a journal. You can use the 8 by 8s, and you can also do this with a 6 by 6. It's just a lot smaller, but literally that is as simple as this project is. 12 by 12, and we turn that into our 3 pockets and our 4 tuck spots. Really simple. Love this for ring bound journals. I haven't actually used it in a normal journal yet because they are quite tall, but they're perfect for what I want with the ring bound journals. So yeah, that is it. As simple as that. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you found it useful. And if you did, then it would be great to see you have a go. You can always post some pictures on our Facebook group, which is Junk Journal Ideas and Inspirations, and it would be brilliant to see your take. But that's it for today, so I will let you go at that. Until next time, as always, take care, and I will speak to you in the next video. Bye for now.